Hello everyone! Right, thank you for watching this video. Now, in this part of the video, we're going to cover Chapter 3, Part 1, Significant Figures. This is on page 4 of your notes. And some of the questions over here are additional questions that's not inside the notes. I'll need you to write down the additional questions onto the notes itself. Right now, we will doing an estimation and rounding of numbers. Now, in some practical situations, it's not ideal to always round off numbers to an integer, to a whole number, or even like decimal places. Another way of rounding off is also important to highlight the important digits, which is actually the significant figures. So the numbers that are more significant inside, okay, that shows a certain value. Right? So what exactly is a significant figure? So in this part of the chapter, we'll be looking at how are we going to round off certain numbers to a fixed given significant figures. Now, usually we always start counting from left to right, and we must look for the first non-zero digit. Okay, that will be the first significant figure, and after that, all the digits, including zero, will be considered as significant. So what does this actually mean? For example, right, what are the number of single figures each number? Question number 1. So let us look at the first non-zero number over here. So this first non-zero number is actually 5, right? So this will be the start of my significant figure where I count. Then after the first non-zero number, the remaining numbers at the back are all considered as significant. So in this case, I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even this 0 counts, right? So even if it's written down here, this means this number, there are a total of 5 significant figures here. In short, we write it as sigfig, S-I-G dot F-I-G. Right, so in this case, the number of significant figure that this number has starts from the first non-zero number, which is 5, and after which all the 0 and the other integers are all counted as a significant figure. Now, one other thing to take note, notice that this 5 over here is in the 10th, 100th is in the 100 placing. So you have to take it as at the correct place value as well. Okay, so later I explain more to you what this place value mean and how it can change your answer, right? Next question. Now, how many significant figures are there in this number? So let's look at the first non-zero number. First non-zero number will start with 3. So this will be my first sig fig, second sig fig, and after which, even if there's 0 recorded, it's still considered as significant. Right, so in this case, this number can be up to 4 significant figures, right? So this is the maximum. It can go up to 4 significant figures. But of course, if you have more details or whichever, it can be other types of number that can also be 4 significant figure. All right. Next. So I need you to finish up some of the other questions that was there. So you can go and do the questions that I did not go through on your own. Question number 2. Now, the next thing is, how are we going to round off a number to a certain given sig fig? Okay, I need to count to the correct number of significant figures first. I need to count to the correct number of significant figures first. Then I check if the digit on the right is than 5, you increase the left figure by 1. If the digit on the right is lesser than 5, right, then you let the figure remain the same, right? So let's take a look at this question number 2. Express the following numbers correct to one significant figure. So let us find the first sig fig, the first non-zero number. My first non-zero number starts here. This is 3. But notice that the placing, this is in the ones, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000 placing. So my 3 must be placed in the 10,000 placing. How do I do that? If I were to only write the answer as 1 sig fig 3, and I look at my next digit over here, is this more than 5 or less than 5? This is less than 5, right? So I let the number 3 stays the same. But 3 is not my answer because this is not in the correct place value. Like what I mentioned, this number 3 is in the ones, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So I need to do something to make the 3 appear in the correct place value, which is the 10,000. So in this case, I need to add zeros behind it to represent it in the correct. So you see, this is 30,000 in the correct place value. Then what about the decimal at the back? Right? What about the decimal at the back? The decimal at the back itself gives me an extra accuracy, but it does not affect my one significant figure. I already met my objective to have my number in the one sig fig. Hence, I do not need to write 0.0. Okay, and I do not need to write another decimal place. So this is already in one sig fig. Short form abbreviation for sig fig, SF. So this will be the answer for expressing this number into one significant figure. Let us do one more question. Take a look at C. This is 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And where is the first non-zero number? The first significant number is at the number 4. Let me look at the digit on the right. This number is 6, more than 5. Do I round up or do I round down? I need to round up, right? So in this case, I need to change the number 4 to round it up to the number 5. But I cannot leave this as the answer 5 because this is not in the correct place value. What place value is this number in? Let us do a count. 1, tens, 100, 1,000, 10,000. What am I going to do to put it in the correct place values? I add a 0 at the back. 0, 0, 0. So that now this is in 50,000. And this will be correct to one significant figure. And this will be the correct answer. So those questions that I've not gone through, please do them on your own and practice, right? Now let's do, what about the other kind of questions? Let's see question D, 13.67. Let's look for our first significant figure, first non-zero number, which will be the one over here. And take a look at the number to the right. Is this more than 5? Do I round up or do I leave it alone? So in this case, this is less than 5. So I should leave the number alone as 1. But 1 is not in the correct place value. So what will be the correct answer? What can I do to put this number 1, this digit 1, in the correct place value? I need to put it in the 0. So that is in the tens place, the 1, the tens. Now, I already have this number if one significant figure as accurate as what they requested, 1 sig fig. Do I need any more decimal places at the back to give me additional accuracy? No need. So in this case, I do not need to write 0.00. So I just write this answer. 10 will be the answer, 1 sig fig. Have you gotten the concept? Now let's try some questions that are not in the notes. Please write them down onto your notes as well. Add in on if there's some additional space. Now let's take a look. Just now we went through all the numbers that are actually bigger than 1, right? Quite large, right? What about if we had very, very small number? Where will be the first non-zero number? Where's the first sig fig? The first non-zero number will be 2. After which, all my numbers at the back are considered significant, even if it's 0, 1. But now I want the data to round off this number in one sig fig. So I look at 2, but the number beside it, this is 6. This is more than 5. So I need to round it up. And it becomes the number 3. However, 3 is not the correct answer because 3 is not in the correct place value. This is the 10th, the 100th, this is the 1000th, okay, in the 1000 placing. So I need to add my decimal place now and my zeros, 0.00, to put it in the correct place value now. And what about the rest? I already met my accuracy that I wanted. I only wanted one significant figure. So this already met my requirement. Do I need to add additional zeros or additional numbers at the back? No need. So in this case, this will be my final answer. And this will be one significant figure. So I do not need to add any zeros at the back. Have you gotten the answer? Let's try one more question. Now, this question is not in the notes. Please add in. Let's take a look. I want to round this number off to one sig fig. Where is my first non-zero number? Where's the first sig fig? 0.00342. So this will be my first sig fig. Looking at the number behind it, so this number is 4, not more than 5. So I do not round up. I leave this number to be 3. But however, 3 is not the correct place value. What is the correct answer? I need to add zeros and decimal place to make it in the correct position. So this will be 0.003, right? And the question only need me to write the answer in one significant figure. So I already have my first sig fig. I already met my requirement. Do I need to add in other zeros at the back to give extra accuracy? No need. So this will be my final answer for one significant figure. Have you gotten the concept? Right? If you have finished writing the notes over here, you can take a look sometime later to finish up the remaining questions that I did not go through. Now, let us move on a little bit more to two significant figures. Numbers with two significant figures. Question number 3. Now, express the following numbers correct to two significant figures. This is stated in my question. So what do? We look for the first two non-zero number first. So let's look at 3A. I look at my first two non-zero number first, second. Then I look at the digit next to my second sig fig. Is this number more than 5? Yes, right? So I need to round up the number just before it. So this one will now become 3, 3. However, 3 is not in the correct place value. 3 is not in the correct place value. Question comes now. How many zeros do I need to add to give it the correct place value and to keep it just nice to meet two significant figures? Option 1. Do I choose 3300? Or option 2, do I choose 3300.00? Which one meets just nice exactly the two significant figures without any additional accuracy? Well, the answer is option 1. Did you choose the correct option? So my correct answer now, to put it in the correct place value, I just need to put another 2 more zeros because this is in the ones, tens, 100, 1000. So this will be 3,300. I already got my first two in the correct place value. I do not need additional zeros at the back. to help me to improve the accuracy. I already met my basic requirement. This is the answer in 2 sig fig. Have you gotten the concept? Let's try one more question. Part B. 2342.92. Right? Where is the first 2 sig fig? First non-zero number, second non-zero number. Let's look at the number beside the second sig fig. This number is 4. Do I round up or do I leave it the same? In this case, I leave it to be the same. It's not more than 5. So I will have my number as 2, 3. But is this in the correct place value? What do I need to do to put it in the correct place value? So I add zeros. So how many zeros do I add? Do I write option 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, or option 2, 2, 3, 0, 0.00? Which answer is the correct answer? Well, option 1. Have you gotten the correct answer? So I add this 0, 0, which puts the number in the correct place value, ones, tens, hundred, thousand. So this will be 2,300. Just nice to sig fig. I don't need additional accuracy, so the decimal at the back is not needed. This is my final answer, 2 sig fig. Have you gotten the concept? If you need more time to write down the notes or re-listen to the explanation, do tell the teacher to rewind the video for you. Okay, then you can look through the explanation again. Next question. Now, this question is not in the notes. I need you to write down. Okay, write it down somewhere in the empty space or whichever. Again, the question says I need to round off this number to 2 significant figures. First of all, let us look at find the first non-zero number, 0.024980. So the first non-zero number starts here. The number after that will also be significant. So this is my first 2 significant figures. Next, I check the number behind the second significant figure is 9. Do I round up or do I leave it the same? So I need to round up, right? So this number will now change to 2 and 5. But is 25 the correct answer? Let's check. I need to put certain number 0 to put this number in the correct place value. This is 1, the 10th, 100 placing, and the 1000th placing, right? So I need to add a 0.025, and I just need only 2 sig fig. Am I going to leave this as the answer? Or should I write 0.025123? In this case, I do not need to write the additional decimal places at the back, right? Because I only need the first 2 sig fig. So this will be my correct answer. So the answer will be just this, 2SF. Have you gotten the concept? Let's try one more question. What about this number? This is also not in the notes. Please write it down in your notes. I want to round this number off to 2 significant figures. Let's look for the first non-zero number. The first non-zero number is 8. After the first non-zero digit, we found the first significant figure. All the other zeros or other numbers at the back are considered as significant. Remember, I want 2 significant figures. So this is 8. And my second sig fig is the number 0.0. Let's look at the third digit here. And this number, do I need to round up? No, this number is 0, right? So in this case, technically speaking, I need the number 8 and I need the number 0. But is this in the correct place value? Is it going to be 80? No, right? I need to put my decimal place. So this is 8.0. Question, do I need to write 8.00000? Question only asks me for two significant figures, right? So all these extra zeros at the back are unnecessary. So I just take 8.0 as my answer, and this will be correct. Have you gotten the concept? Right? Let's try a few more questions. Now we're going to move on to more significant figures. The most common type of question will be asking for three significant figures. Question number 4. Express the following numbers to three significant figures, 3SF. So let's look at our larger number first. We want the three significant figure. So look at our first non-zero digit. Second, 6 feet. After that, the 0 is considered, right? The third 6 feet is my 0, correct? Okay, because after the first non-zero number, all the zeros at the back are significant. Now I want to look at the number behind it. This is 5. So what do? I need to round up. So it becomes 3, 2, 1. Now is my number in the correct place value? This is 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. So I need to add how many more zeros? 2 more zeros. Okay, and this will be correct too. 1, 2, 3, 3 significant figures. Question, do I need to write it as 32100.0? Because I don't need the additional accuracy. They already write 3 significant figures. I already met my requirement for my 3 significant figures. So this will be my answer. 3 significant. Okay. Next question, we try one more, right? Round off this number correct to 3 significant figures. So what's the 3 significant figure? The first non-zero number, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now let's look at the digit behind it. Do we round up or round down? So we leave it the same. So that would be 2, 3, 4. But we need to add a 0 to make it in the correct place value. 1, 10, 100, 1,000. So I need 2,300. Do I need to write the extra 0.00 at the back? Not necessary, because I already met my requirement to have just 3 sig feet. I don't need additional accuracy for it. Okay. Have you gotten the concept? Next question. Now we explore large numbers, right? Let's look at the numbers that are slightly smaller. These two questions are also not inside our notes. Please write them down. How about 0.02498? Round it off to 3 significant figures, right? So let's look at my 3 sig fig and look at my 3 sig fig. The first non-zero number, 1, 2, 3, my third sig fig. Then I look at this number. This is 8. Oh, this is more than 5. I need to round. Question. What will happen to 0.0249 if I'm going to round the 9 up by number? It will become 25. Am I right? Let me put it in the correct place value first. So this will be 0.0. I need that decimal place in my 0. Okay, but my question wanted 3 significant figures. I only have first, second sig fig, 2 sig fig. I'm short of one more significant figure. What am I going to do to make it the correct number of significant figures? Now this number will be 0. So this 0 over here is necessary. Why? Because I need to meet 1, 2, 3 sig fig. Okay, necessary to get the answer as a 3 significant figures. So my final answer 0.0250. Have you gotten the concept? Next question, part F. Rounding this number off to 3 significant figures. Let's take a look. First non-zero number is, after that, this is also a significant figures because this is the after the first non-zero number already. So this is my third sig fig. Then what do I need to do? My number here is 5, so I need to round up. And this number will become 801. How do I put this number in the correct place? I need to add the decimal place. But let's check. Do I need to add in more zeros at the back? My question asked me for 3 single figures. I have 1, 2, 3. I already met 3 significant figures. So do I need to add any more zeros at the back? No need. So this will be 3 significant figures. Have you gotten the answer? Next, we'll move on to question number 5. Round off this number 2, respectively, the first one, 2 single figures. So let me just write down my answer number first. 0.070185. 2 significant figures. Let me look for the first non-zero number. The next significant figure will be 0. Right. Then I need to look at my number over here. Do I round or do I leave it alone? So if I leave it alone, this number, is it going to be 0.07, option 1? Or is it going to be option 2, 0.070? Which one gives me 2 significant? If I only have the first non-zero digit, this is only 1 sig fig. So this will be the wrong answer. So why is this 0.070 the correct answer? Because I have my first non-zero number, 1 sig fig, and the number at the back, 1 more 0, to give me the answer to 2 significant figures. So this will be the correct answer. Have you gotten the concept? Now, let's round this number off to 3 significant figures. Same number. Let me go and copy down my number first. 3 significant figures, starting from the first non-zero number, 7, followed by second, then my third significant figure, and the number at the back after my third sig fig, this is 8. That means I need to round up, and I'll get my number 702. And I need to add 0 and decimal place to put it in the correct place value. Let us count. Is this the correct sig fig? We have 1, first non-zero number, 2, and 3. This is already 3 sig fig. Do I need to add any more zeros at the back? No need. So this one already met my requirement. This is 3 significant figures, and this will be the final answer. Okay. With that, I come to the end of this part on understanding rounding of numbers to significant figure. Please complete chapter 3, part 1, notes, page 4, 5. For question 6, you need to press a calculator and download the answers. And do question page 6, question 7.
5 and to page 6, question number 7. Right. I'll see you for our next lesson.